great work of the Strike 7 Sports Saint discussion section by purchasing licensed NFL fan gear. Items range from Saints hats, jerseys, t-shirts, socks, and so much more. We would greatly appreciate it if you would purchase these items from the text link listed below. The revenue generated from today's offer goes into the funding of the Strike 7 Sports platform. Click on the link, strike7sports.com/Saints Fanatics. You'll be taken to Fanatics, over to Fanatics. Thank you. All right, man. So, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Derek Branch here, strike7sports.com, Saint discussion section. And then I just want to talk about some content I read today on the New Orleans Saints from some of the bigger outlets that are out there that are discussing the NFL draft. More in particular, ESPN, ESPN Plus. They put out their I think one of the versions of their mock drafts. I think it was Mel Kiper and Tom McShay, their draft gurus over there. And this is an I got a the write up from the ESPN Plus article. So I understand that a lot of you guys don't have um, ESPN Plus to sign up for the paid version of it where you can watch exclusive content or exclusive stories where you have to put them behind the paywall. I'm subscribed to it, so I'm just gonna share what I've gathered so far. And at pick number 18, they have the New Orleans Saints taking Matt Corral with the 18 overall pick in 2022 NFL Draft. So this is not the only draft that I've noticed. The only mock draft that I've noticed with the Saints taking Matt Corral. There's been numerous others out there from Pro Football Network, ESPN, The Athletic. You got a lot of teams are um, showing that all signs pointing towards the Saints taking Matt Corral. Now, I just want to put this out there as well. A disclaimer. Yeah, this stuff is all subject to change, man. It's all subject to change. We don't know which route the Saints can go in when it comes to the draft. Now, this year may be a little different because Sean Payton is no longer there, and the Saints go by best player available. I think a lot of you have already heard that before. That saying right there, they go by best player available instead of um, need in the draft. Now this year, and everybody seems to point the Saints as toward needing a on the outside. Draft experts, certain ones say that the Saints need a quarterback, and that's because Drew Brees is no longer there, and we really didn't get to see if Drew Brees' replacement is in the building because of Jameis Winston getting hurt, and the guys behind him didn't do too well as well. Didn't do too well when it stepped up. When it's time to step up. But this stuff is all subject to change, man. There's going to be a lot of mock drafts coming out from now until the NFL draft, which is in April. So you'll be hearing a whole bunch of them. Now, some of them going to have the Saints taking a quarterback, most likely. Unless they make a move on the outside. But this is the one of the mocks I've read, man. A few of them have the Saints taking Matt Corral, so I'm gonna pull up that write up for what I got from ESPN Plus. All right, so here's the Matt Corral mock to the Saints write up they did that post I saw today. Quote: Despite a big contract, Taysom Hill isn't the Saints' answer at quarterback. Will they resign Jameis Winston? Could they find a way to make a big improvement via trade? New coach Dennis Allen will exhaust all options under center, though the team's perpetual salary cap concerns could limit them. New Orleans tied Carolina for a league low 58.1% completion percentage in 2021, and their 187.4 passing yards per game were last in the NFL. Corral has a live arm, will lead receivers into extra yardage, and can tuck and run when necessary. He's tough in the pocket, but that has brought on some durability concerns that will need to be evaluated. Corral hurt his ankle in the Ole Miss's bowl game. That was the Sugar Bowl that was played in New Orleans against Baylor. Now, a lot of people were upset when Corral, decides to he already announced that he was going to forego the rest of his time at Mississippi to pursue a career in the NFL. Didn't opt out of the bowl game. He played it, got hurt his ankle. It wasn't too bad, but at the time, people was upset online that he's playing and he's jeopardized his future and all the stuff that that goes on when players decide to do this. But so far, I think he's okay. Um, the durability is an issue, but I'll say this, man. So the rumors that have came out about the Saints possibly bringing back Teddy Bridgewater, there may be some truth to that. There's a lot of things going on right now in the Saints, on that line drive. A lot of things are in motion. A lot of changes, new tenure, trying to build out a coaching staff. Need a quarterback, looking for a wide receiver, all that good stuff. But if they cannot land somebody through through trade, a big name, or they can't bring Jameis Winston back, they may have to go with Teddy Bridgewater and draft a QB and let Bridgewater hold it down until this guy is ready. Or I mean, you might just have to just roll the dice, bite the bullet, and have Matt Corral be starter, and maybe he can have a type of year where he performs like Mac Jones, where you have a great defense to work with, got some weapons to work with as well, some talent around him. Now, one thing I will say this though, I will say this. One thing, if Matt Corral is a starter over Teddy Bridgewater or Jameis Winston or whoever takes him ill, one thing he will have going for him is that you'll have Michael Thomas to throw the football to. You'll have Michael Thomas to throw the football to. You'll have Deontay Harris back there, out there. You'll have Marquez Callaway, who could be more effective in the offense now that Thomas is back, and you won't have to be worried about Callaway being a number one in this offense or number two. You know. Also, man, you can use an upgrade at the tight end position. Get a guy that could find somebody in the free agency market that we can sign that could be an upgrade over Nick Vannett, because I don't think he's it. Adam Trautman going into his and this will be Adam Trautman's third year in this offense. So we may see some improvements in the passing game right there in regards to that position. So you may have to draft a quarterback in number 18. If all options are utilized and dried up on the trade market, you may have to sign Teddy Bridgewater. That may be your best bet. I will say this as well about Bridgewater. People were saying, I heard people online today saying on the radio saying that Bridgewater had weapons in Denver and Carolina and he failed. I would disagree with that to a certain extent. I think he didn't have the coach. He didn't have Sean Payton. I say this in other videos too. I think Teddy Bridgewater is only good as his head coach and the pieces around him. Now you come back to this team, you got Michael Thomas, you have Alvin Kamara whenever he gets back from suspension. Maybe they can even draft a running back in the later rounds of the draft. You have Michael Thomas, tight end upgrade, hopefully upgrade the tight end position. Another wide receiver to throw the football to. There is some options out there that Saints can afford to sign as a wide receiver, sign to be a part of that wide receiver core outside of Michael Thomas that can help this team out. I will have that video coming soon as we lead up into free agency. But if Matt Corral could do that with his defense, that would be great, man. That would be Saints will have that guy for the next 10 to 15 years, barring that he don't get hurt, no serious injuries. We got him on a cheap deal. We're not paying him. The other guys got paid. Demario Davis paid. Cam Jones paid. Guys restructured. This would be a match made in heaven right here. Pretty much, there'll be a meal ticket right here if Matt Corral pops in that first year. With this defense, you still got guys in the prime years, still got guys that are young, really young in this defense. So the Saints may have to roll the dice on and draft a quarterback and sign Bridgewater. Till your boy is ready, till Matt Corral is ready. But like I said, man, it's all stuff is subjective, man. This stuff can change a gazillion times, man. But a lot of drafts the mocks you're gonna see are gonna have the Saints taking a quarterback. Now the guys on the inside, the guys that the Saints content creators, the guys that know what's going on, we looking at wide receiver position. We're looking at the wide receivers in the draft, who we can move up and get. Well, shouldn't even have to move up in the draft to get a really good receiver. Now one mock I seen early on in the weeks prior, is that the Saints was going to trade down with the Arizona Cardinals, trade down to 23 and take Traylon Burks out of Arkansas. That's a possibility, but we'll find out. So next, I'm going to pull up this scouting report, the drafting profile, 6'2", 2021 Outback Bowl MVP. Played a little bit, played like a quarter in the Sugar Bowl. A redshirt junior. Well, my bad. Height 6'1". My bad. It's a typo. Weight 205. Good size to him. I've seen the guy play a few times at Ole Miss. Pretty good quarterback. All right, so this is a scouting report right here from Pro Football Network that I got on Matt Corral. While often maligned, each quarterback in the 2022 NFL draft class has a little bit of something to like. Malik Willis has an incredible arm and ankle-breaking mobility. Desmond Ridder is defined by similar attributes. Sam Howell has impressive deep ball accuracy. Carson Strong could possibly throw the ball over a mountain. Kenny Pickett combines many of these attributes as an all-around solid prospect. So where does Corral stand within his pantheon of NFL draft passes? His scouting report truly is a wild ride into the highs and lows evaluating quarterback play. Let's begin with the areas that make him intriguing and promising, NFL draft prospect. The arm talent is undoubtedly there for Corral. It's important not to confuse talent and strength, which we'll get to shortly. However, the Ole Miss QB has an undeniable arm talent. Look to the opening game of the 2021 season and his sideline pass to Dontario Drummond. His ability to zip the ball between two defenders with pinpoint accuracy to the sideline was truly impressive. This is one of Corral's best facets. On short and intermediate throws, he can laser the ball into tight windows. He does so with consistency, accuracy to these areas of the field. Furthermore, the Ole Miss QB can get the ball out quickly and can launch from multiple arm angles. He's also shown the ability to drive the ball downfield when required. All right. Scouting report continued. Poise plays a huge role in quarterback success, and Corral has shown, dramatic improvements in this area of his game. Last season, when the going got tough, he was prone to making boneheaded decisions. This year, he's been more measured and more methodical in his approach when tasked with playing from behind. Although he was a number 4 pro style quarterback in 2018 recruiting class, Corral can make plays with his legs. The Ole Miss QB routinely uses athleticism to evade pressure in the pocket. His footwork is solid, enabling to be agile in the pocket. Furthermore, once out of the pocket, he is elusive in the open field. So, all right, man. So that's not all of the entire scouting report, but that's like an excerpt of it, what I've read on Matt Corral. So this guy could be utilized as a read option quarterback. He could be utilized in the red zone, doing a multitude of things. Has a nice arm. I've seen him play before. I think he would be great for this offense if they decide to go that route. My only issues with him is the decision making and his durability. Man, is he going to be a quarterback like let's say who we got out there that was always hurt? Andrew Luck, guy that's always getting hurt. Andrew Luck, Sam Bradford, guys that are talented QBs but couldn't stay healthy. Is he gonna be that type of Jimmy Garoppolo? You know what I'm saying? But I like what I see, like what I've read so far. I watched the guy play a few times. I think he can do it, but I think this is what Taysom Hill, we won. If you're a Taysom Hill guy, Taysom Hill lover, this is what you wanted to see out of Taysom Hill. Guy that can make decision with his arm and his legs effectively. You know. But I think if this is the route the Saints go, I'm down with it. It's just sometimes you may have to just, like I said before, sometimes, man, great teams got to take a step back and reload. The Saints may have to do that in 2022. We don't know that. We don't know yet, though. This defense is still pretty good. They just need help from the offense to help them out, man, and manage games going forward. But we'll see, though. All right. All right, another news. Pete Carmichael named Saints offensive coordinator. Got the news today. I think it's around 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock ish about Pete Carmichael being named the Saints offensive coordinator. Now, you know, why didn't he take the job before all this stuff came down about him not being fully invested into this position, him wanting a different position, a lesser role within the offense. He changes his mind and takes the job. Now, tomorrow we're probably gonna find out more of why it went down like this. But I mean, I think he could do a good job with this offense, man. I know does this mean that we keeping Jameis Winston around, or we bringing in Bridgewater? We're gonna stay with we're gonna sign Bridgewater and draft a QB. We're gonna trade for a QB. What does this actually mean going forward? Now that we have the offensive coordinator in the building, because Pete Carmichael was when the Saints in 2012, the Bondgate year when Peyton was suspended, the Saints had a top 5 offense when Pete Carmichael was calling the plays. So we'll see, man. We'll find out soon enough what's really going down. But as of today, Pete Carmichael is now the Saints offensive coordinator. The thought was that he was going to be the OC after when Peyton retired. He would take over the play calling duties. But as soon as those other rumors came out, the Saints found a new head coach, the reports came out that he wasn't interested in taking a job, but he wanted to remain with the team. But now that has all changed, and now Carmichael is the Saints offensive coordinator for right now. Well, going forward, so we'll see how everything plays out in the future with this decision. All right, man. It's my social media right here, my links as well. My content is located at in regards to the New Orleans Saints. Twitter, you can follow me at Saints DS23. Instagram, just type in Saints Discussions and the comment pop up. The Saints Discussions webpage where all the written content is at on the website, strike7sports.com/Saints, and the main site where everything else is at, NFL, the NBA content, college football is on strike7sports.com. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel about this. The Saints possibly taking Matt Corral at number 18. Do you think we need to go in a different direction or a different quarterback? Draft wide receiver. How you feel about Saints? But Pete Carmichael taking the job. Do you think it's bad timing of taking that job? Should they have just done it before? Any other thoughts you may have on these two topics I talked about tonight? That's all I have for y'all for right now. Have a blessed night. Who that? Peace. I'm out.